What's up YouTube, this is Groudon Empire and I am here for another episode of my Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Rating Battle Spot Single Laddering Series, where I take on the online ladder in singles, which is 3 versus 3, and as an experienced player that got 1900s plus in X and Y, my goal in this series is to provide high level commentary and gameplay for all of us to benefit from and to become better players. If you are hyped and you like this video, please remember to click that like button, as it really shows the support for this channel, and I hope you guys enjoy what you're watching. Alright, so we are going to dive right into this Battle Spot single. This is actually Season 2. I actually haven't touched Season 2 at all once Season 2 has started. All of the episodes that I've done with the Megas have all been in Season 1, mass recorded, but now as you can see I'm going to be doing... I'm going to be using this team, and I remember someone, it was someone who left a comment. I'm not sure if he's a subscriber or what, but he left a comment and he asked me about Porygon-Z. So I was like, hey, might as well use Porygon-Z. So here I have a Porygon-Z team, and I'm fresh right into this Battle Spot single for Season 2, and I'm bringing a killer team right from the get-go. I haven't finished the game yet. I'm just using competitive mons. I unlocked Mega Evolution. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to finish the Let's Play eventually, but as it stands, you know, I'm doing this. So when I was building this team for Porygon-Z, I was basically... And, well, forget about that story. Find our first opponent. And I actually got some pretty interesting thing from Japanese people. I have this tool that lets me get the team like that, and then I can have it up on my side the entire time. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. Anyway, so now I don't need to waste time writing their team down. I mean, in real time, it just takes like 10 seconds to write their team down anyway, but for commentating purposes, I can't do that at the same time. So it's really helpful for commentating purposes. So anyway, we look at their team, and you know, on this team I have a Porygon-Z. So you know what, I want to see what Porygon-Z can do to win. Porygon-Z doesn't really like Kecleon because it can just use Sucker Punch and it's like whatever. Porygon-Z does have, however, a fast tri-attack to hit the Houndoom, and it can also hit the Hydreigon with the Ice Beam, and it can hit the Go-Goat with the Ice Beam, so I like that. I actually like that a lot. But I do see a Talonflame, which means I need to set up rocks ASAP, so I'm going to start off with Garchomp, set up the rocks, and I'm going to have Zapdos to also deal with the Talonflame. Well, I don't really need Zapdos. I can use Raikou too. But I will use Zapdos just because it's whatever, right? And truth be told, at this point, I can just use Blaziken and win. But I want to try out Porygon-Z. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because look, listen. I do have a focus on, you know, winning games. But, you know, I want to try out, I want to see if Porygon-Z can put in work, you know what I'm saying? I want to see, I want to record battles that I'm using Porygon-Z in. So I'm probably going to be, doing, I don't know, hopefully I can get, 6 battles in that actually show Porygon-Z, or, 4 battles or something. That would be fine, right? Just 4 battles, that actually have Porygon-Z. I don't need to have 6, that's a bit, you know. But, I mean, I guess I can use the team for 6 battles, but I'll just have at least 4 battles that I actually use Porygon-Z. And the new way I'm going to be doing these live recordings is that I already have a team, an intro for the videos. So I'm just going to record, mass record, and then I'm just going to cut it into parts, whatever I want to use. It's not going to be systematic or anything. So anyway, I do note that he has a Kecleon lead, and I don't know what he plans on doing, but I'm just going to start off with the Stealth Rock, because there's no reason for me not to Stealth Rock. He has a Quick Claw. Alright, so that's interesting. He's going to Foul Play. He's Quick Claw, so yeah, it's whatever. Usually I would Rock Tomb, but I don't really need to. He's going to take Rough Skin damage, and I think I can just Outrage. He doesn't have any... he has a Dragon type, but he doesn't have anything else on his team that's crazy or anything. So I can just straight ahead go for an Outrage, honestly speaking. So I'll just go for an Outrage. I don't know if it's going to kill Kecleon, but who knows? Well, Kecleon is going to faint to the Rough Skin recoil, so that's great. So the reason I went for the Outrage is because my opponent doesn't have anything that resists Outrage. So I can just go for the Outrage. You know, Earthquake would be nice and all, but I mean, you know, I want to do max damage. because I don't have a reason not to. And Zapdos can take care of Talonflame, and I'm pretty sure Porygon-Z can just clean up, honestly speaking. So I'll just go out into Porygon-Z. I can do whatever the hell I want to do with Porygon-Z. Porygon-Z is going to put in work. Check it. Unless that's a Specs Hydreigon, Porygon-Z is going to put in the greatest amount of work. That's a Go-Go, and that's interesting. I can just go for Ice Beam, because Ice Beam hits everything for at least neutral, and it's super effective versus Hydreigon and Go-Go. If this is a weakness policy, though, that's going to be a problem, but do I care about that? I'm afraid that's weakness policy. I'm not going to lie. But you know what? Screw it. Let's just go for the Ice Beam, because it's super effective damage. I'm really afraid of a weakness policy, though, but I never see Go-Goats, so I don't know what they do. He got frozen. Porygon-Z putting in work right from the first game. That's hilarious. So it's not weakness policy, it's actually leech seeds, so I mean leftovers. So I don't know what it would have done, but Porygon-Z, oh, he thought out. Oh, he used Protect. Alright. But I mean, all I have to do right now is just use Ice Beam. These are low ladder games, so even though I do have a pretty overkill team, I just wanna, I mean, granted, you know, if you're watching these videos, you probably wanted to watch Porygon-Z putting in work in higher ladder games, but I mean, right now I have to start from scratch, so I was like, hey, might as well use it here. At least you see it putting in work. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, if I lose to things, I'll also show you what I'm losing to. It's fine. So right now, I'm just going to keep on Ice Beaming. I don't need to do anything else. I mean, I can go out into Zapdos, and I'll have Thunderbolt and kill it anyway. So I'll just stay in an Ice Beam, because I just want to, it's just whatever. I mean, I'm going to faint right now to Brave Bird. Banded Brave Bird faints Porygon-Z. I think everyone knows that, because Talonflame is crazy good. And that's why I have Garchomp with Zapdos. And, you know, there are a lot of individuals out there, or some individuals that are like, yo, I probably use like the same team, so many of my teams, like same Pokemon, similar Pokemon, like a lot of the same Pokemon on most of my teams. But that's because they serve certain roles that are important for every single one of my teams. So Zapdos is very important for Talonflame, and Garchomp is an extremely, like, for an offensive Stealth Rock setter, Garchomp is arguably the best. So that's why I use Garchomp as my Stealth Rocker. And that's why I have Zapdos for the Talonflame. So it's not enough to just have Stealth Rock. That is how good Talonflame is. Now, for 6 versus 6 Smogon rules, it's a different story. Having Stealth Rock, now Talonflame is like, bah. But still, you need a bird check. But, you know, it's the same way in 3v3. But Talonflame is a lot stronger in 3 versus 3. So that's why my team has, you know, not just Zapdos and Garchomp, but also Raikou. But, you know, Garchomp and Zapdos are the main ways. And I also have a bulky Azumarill to take a Brave Bird at full health and Aqua Jet back. So it's great. I am going to look for another game. And, you know, usually I have 3 battles per game or whatever. 3 battles per episode. I'm just going to do whatever amount I want to do. I'm not going to pay too much attention to the number of battles, as long as they're good battles, or just battles I feel like are good or whatever. It's fine. I'm gonna delete this. All right, so we find our opponent 1578 rating, and I'm gonna open up this nice little gadget over here, and what is going on here? Alright, so my capture card. Oh, okay, I get it. Sorry guys. Raptor Showdown. Gotta close this. Okay, so this little gadget. Oh man, I cannot do this. Alright, okay, let's go. Let's go. Alright, now we're talking. Okay guys, what basically happens when I use that application is it freezes the entire screen. So I was like, why is there a black screen? The reason there's a black screen is because that's how the app works. Anyway, I see Latios. I think it's going to be a Lati lead. So I might want to start off with Garchomp. I actually think I want to start off with Azumarill. I'm not going to lie. I want to start off with Azumarill. And you know what? I'm going to start off with Azumarill. No, I don't think that's a good op. I'm just gonna start off with Azumarill, and I have to because he's gonna have Latios lead, and if he doesn't, it's whatever. If there's Ferrothorn, I have Zapdos to deal with that. Unfortunately, I can't use Porygon-Z for that. Zapdos is for Ferrothorn and Azumarill, opposing Azumarill. And Azumarill is good for the Latios and the Blaziken. Now, opposing Zapdos, that thing is gonna. Actually, no. Why is opposing Zapdos isn't a problem? I have Raikou. Alright, so this battle, I can't use Porygon-Z in this battle because it doesn't really put in work. You know, it's just gonna get, you know, destroyed by everything. So I can't really use Porygon-Z in this battle. So this is where teammates come in handy. But yeah, I was gonna talk to you guys about the actual team building for this team. I started off with Porygon-Z, and you know, I needed something to, that can actually, like, Porygon-Z is not a Pokemon you can actually build a team around. So I had to use another Pokemon that can actually put in more work. And I asked myself, what can I do? What can I do? Anyways, first turn, I'm just going to switch out. Raw switch into my Zapdos because I have no reason. No. Raikou. I hope he doesn't Toxic. I hope he Thunderbolts. If he Thunderbolts, I'm going to be in great shape. If he Toxics, I'm going to be in disgusting shape. So I really hope he doesn't Toxic. I'm going to be in trouble if he Toxics. Is he gonna Toxic? He Volt switches. Well, you know, that's a thing as well. But it's not gonna do too much damage, and I do have lefties. So yeah, when I was using Porygon-Z for team building, I was like, hey, I need something that's actually like a win condition, right? Like something that's really powerful, like something that's good, like a fallback strategy to actually rely on, right? And what I want to do right now is I'm not going to do anything crazy versus the Ferrothorn, because what's going to happen is this guy is going to power whip me, and he's just going to keep on power whipping me. It's not a good time. So I'm going to switch out into Zapdos right now. I'll reveal my whole team, but I know his team. He has a Zapdos and he has a Ferrothorn. And I can just Heat Wave. It's a good time. If he does have like a dragon or something, that's not a good time. But it's fine. Do have Rocky Helmet. He's going to take Rocky Helmet damage, and it doesn't do anything. That's why I have Zapdos on the team. And if he goes down to Cresselia, that's cute and all. Well, it's not. It's not, because if he has Toxic, I can't switch out into Raikou. But if he doesn't have Toxic, or if I switch correctly, I can actually substitute on the Cresselia. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to Heat Wave right now because it's my best move, whether he switches out into something or not. You know, he can go for Protect, and then he can switch out to whatever he wants to. But, you know, hopefully whatever he switches out into will not appreciate a Heat Wave. Hopefully. And, you know, I don't lose anything from going for a Heat Wave. If I want to do an over prediction, go for Thunderbolt, you know, he might switch out into the Dragon, so it's whatever, you know, who cares, whatever. You know, he might switch out into something. He might switch out into Blaziken. In that case, it's too bad. I gotta go back. I gotta go out into Azumarill, and he might switch out into He might switch out into Zapdos after that. It's too bad. You know, I just got to see what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep on Heat Waving because it's my best option. Whether he stays in, whether he switches out into opposing Zapdos or Cresselia or Latios. It's a Latios. Okay, so he switches out into the Latios. So now I know that... Is he Specs? I don't know what he is. I don't know what set he is. I need Zapdos for Ferrothorn. Now I know his whole team. I definitely need Zapdos for Ferrothorn. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch... Okay, so he's definitely going to be the Specs variant. Alright. Zapdos can take on opposing Zapdos and Ferrothorn. That's extremely important. So I feel like I'm just going to switch out into Raikou. I have to because if he's not going to Draco, he's going to predict me to switch out into the Azumarill. I would predict him to do that anyway. If he tricks me the Specs, I'm fine with that too. If he goes for alright. He predicted that and he went for the Thunderbolt. That doesn't matter to me though. So I can set up. Wait, he's Life Orb? No, he's not Life Orb. Okay, so I don't know what he's gonna do, but I don't know what item he is. He's not Specs, I don't think. I think he's Scarf or something. Or maybe he's like Sash. I don't know. I don't know what item he is. He's definitely not Life Orb. I can tell he's not Life Orb. Or maybe I missed it. I don't know, but what I will do is I will Hidden Power Ice. I think that's my best move to go for. I'm gonna Hidden Power Ice because if he switches out into Ferrothorn, I get chip damage off, and then I can switch back out into my Zapdos. And you know, he can make the double onto Latios if he wants to. That's Hidden Power Ice. Yeah, this is a Hidden Power Ice Raikou. This is not Hidden Power Grass. It's Hidden Power Ice. For those of you guys that watched my previous episodes, you guys know that I've been using Hidden Power Grass. I actually changed Hidden Power Ice. I think Hidden Power Ice is better, especially for this team. I think Hidden Power Ice is a lot better. Right now, I'm just going to switch out into my Zapdos. Wait, should I switch out to Zapdos? Yeah, I'm going to switch out to I'm going to switch out into Zapdos. He might predict that and switch out into Latios himself, in which case I could have switched out to Azumarill, but it doesn't matter because Zapdos, even if I get to +6, I can't destroy the Latios unless I actually wreck it, and I can't destroy. And he misses the Power Whip, unfortunate, but you know what? I could have got my Rocky Helmet damage, and he didn't get that, so that's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. There's really nothing we can do about that, though. What I'm going to do this turn is I want to go for Heat. Wait, I want to go for Hidden Power Ice. No, wait. Should I go for Hidden Power Ice or should I go for? Okay, so I'm going to predict him to switch out again. I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Ice. He's probably going to protect. Yeah, he's gonna switch. All right, so I predicted him to switch out into Latios, and he's probably going to drop a Draco this time. But this time I got that Hidden Power Ice on him, right? So that's great for me. Now this turn, what I can do is I want to go out into Raikou. I'm pretty sure he's not Specs, because if he was Specs, I think that a Thunderbolt would do more damage. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know. That's what I'm assuming. Maybe he's Scarf. I think he's Scarf. Alright, so he drops the Draco. And that did massive damage. That did so much damage. Holy crap. Anyway, what I can do next turn is I can go out into Zapdos and all right, let's think here. I can go out into Azumarill. I can set up a Belly Drum, and then I can go for an Aqua Jet. That's not going to kill the Zapdos. Zapdos can Thunderbolt me, and then I can potentially make a comeback with my own Zapdos. If I go out into Zapdos right now, he's going to switch out into, like, I don't know, Ferrothorn. And that's going to faint, but then he's going to drop a Draco. Maybe he is Specs. I'm not even sure. He can drop a Draco onto my Zapdos, and then I won't win because I need a Zapdos damage. So maybe he's offensive Zapdos though. You see, I don't know. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna switch out into Azumarill because I need to set up a Belly Drum. I need to. Like, I have no choice. I have to set up a Belly Drum. I literally have no choice in the matter. I have to set up a Belly Drum right now. And he's gonna go on to Zapdos. It's, you know, I can't do anything about that. The only way I can actually win this game is by Belly Drumming right now and hoping that Aqua Jet can KO. I don't think Aqua Jet KOs unless he is an offensive variant. Even then, I don't think KOs. It's unfortunate, but you know, you can't do anything about it. I'm just gonna go for an Aqua Jet. He's probably gonna KO me. He's probably defensive with Rocky Helmet, Volt Switch, Recover, and a bunch of other moves. I survived. He's going to go out into Ferrothorn next turn. Alright, so I somehow dodged a bullet right there. That's very interesting. That's actually very, very interesting. Okay, alright, so he was an offensive variant. So what I can do is I can, okay, so, but no, if he has Stealth Rock though, I'm not in good shape. Something I can do is I can kill off the Feral. You know what I want to do? I'm not going to go for a superpower because I think that's not going to really help my motives. So what I am going to end up doing actually is I'm going to end up switching out into, because I think I need a Zoomerl in order to take on the Latios, right? And if I have the Zoomerl, he's probably choice locked, and he's going to be forced to go for the Psyshock instead of Draco on the Zapdos. So I'm going to switch out into Zapdos right now next turn. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Hidden Power Ice, predicting him to switch out into something. I don't know what he's going to switch out into, but I'm going to... Ooh, he Leech Seeds. Alright, that's cute. That's cute. That's interesting. And what I can do right now is I can just... Alright, so I want to Roost Up. I really, really do. I feel like he's going to protect for most damage, and then he's going to switch out, right? I just feel like that's his best move. So I want to Roost Up right now, and then next turn I'm going to actually see what's going to happen, and we're going to play accordingly. So I'm definitely at a disadvantage here. I should have started off... I mean, honestly speaking, I don't know what I could have done, but it's too bad. If he has Stealth Rock, I lose the game. He doesn't have Stealth Rock, alright. But he went for the Power Whip. And he has, okay, alright. So that was a terrible move on my part. He's going to get HP recovery. And it's going to be a bad time for me. But you know what? He can potentially miss a Power Whip. So what we're going to do is we're going to just Roost Up until he misses the Power Whip. And then, you know, hopefully good things happen from there. So hopefully he either switches out or misses Power Whip, because honestly speaking, we can't really do anything at this point. We're in a tough spot. Predicting him, you see, if I started off with Garchomp and he had a dual screening Latios, which they tend to be, that's why I ended up, you know, starting off with my own Azumarill, because I was afraid of that, because dual screen Latios and then you have Baton Pass Blaziken in the back. This team doesn't have a Kangaskhan, so it can't be Baton Pass Blaziken, but I didn't realize that, so it was I should have remembered that. So basically what I want to tell you guys is I want to Hidden Power Ice right now, predicting him to switch out. Hopefully he switches out. I really hope he does. That would be the best. Okay, hopefully he switches out, not to Zapdos, but actually he switches out into Zapdos. Alright, so that sucks. That really, really does. You know, to think I could have just played rough to the Zapdos with instead of belly drumming, you know, we could have been in a much better shape. That stinks. Huh. It's too bad, honestly speaking. Anyways, right now, I don't know what he plans on going for, but I don't know what he plans on going for, but I'm just going to Roost Up. I'm going to Roost Up. I hope he doesn't KO me with the Specs Draco. I really, really hope he doesn't KO me. Because if he KOs me, I am bopped. He can also miss, so we'll see what happens. If he goes for a Psychic, that's going to give me a ton of trouble. If he goes for a... Okay, alright, so... Is this going to KO? I have a feeling this is going to KO. Yeah, it KO'd, so I'm basically done. This stinks. Alright, so that's a good game to me. That's a good game to me. That really stinks, but what can we do? We can't do anything about that. But, you know, Things happen. Things happen. You can't win them all, unfortunately. I'm just gonna go for a superpower. At least I can KO the Ferrothorn, right? I mean, I could have actually beaten the Well, would I have won? I could have potentially won if I went for a Heat Wave onto the Ferrothorn earlier. Obviously not right now. And I'm not talking about last turn either. Wait. Yeah, I'm talking about the turn with the Zapdos versus the Ferrothorn. So that's the end of this episode. The second battle was very, very long. But yeah, so the things to take home is that, you know, when you're seeing... Now, this is the reason I started off with the Zoomerl was because I was predicting a dual screening Latios, which is common. But you see, my opponent didn't have a Kangaskhan, so I guess I didn't have to go all that into it. I could have just started off with my Garchomp and I could have Rock Tombed. And it would have been a good time. I could have Stealth Rocked, and then I could have actually set up with the Zoomerl, and I could have swept my opponent's team. And for cleanup, I could have actually used like Raikou or Zapdos or something. So, you know, I could have done that, but I was so afraid of a dual screening Latios and I set up Blaziken that baton passing Blaziken that I got carried away. So that's why I did what I ended up doing, guys. But, you know, if you see a Blaziken, a Latios, and a Kangaskhan, that's what you should do. But my opponent's team did not have a Kangaskhan, so I shouldn't have predicted that. That was wrong on me. But, you know, that's something people use in the 1800s, 1900s, and 1700s. So, you know, using that knowledge, I ended up making that prediction, which was not good. So sometimes, you know, it becomes difficult to actually predict your opponents in different stages on the ladder, you know, what they're going to use, what they're not going to use, because, you know, you get used to what people in the higher ladder use, and when you're playing low ladder, you overcomplicate things. So I overcomplicated things the second game, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys were like, why did you start off with a Zoomerl? You know, a Zoomerl lead is a very anti-metagame thing, but that's in the high ladder, not right now. So I misplayed. I should start off with the Garchomp, but we'll see what I'll do in future battles. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, remember to click that like button. As I said in the intro, this is Groudon Empire. Peace out.